For the first time in the democratic South Africa, the budget speech has been cancelled. Cancelled. In the GNU. Cancelled. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Without wasting any more time, you know what? Let's just get into this video and maybe check the theories of why exactly, not what you hear from the politicians, exactly us as people who are just bystanders and looking down and say, what is going on? What could be the cause of the cancellation of the budget speech, right? We need to have those ideas, and I want to hear your ideas on my comment sections. But without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So some people are saying that the budget speech was cancelled because of the disagreement of the 2% increase in our or the 2% VAT increase, which will make the VAT to shoot up to 17%, right? A lot of people are saying that. I on my side, I know with a lot of people out there, I know some of you are thinking about what I'm thinking on my side. So as you all know that Donald Trump pulled or froze the US aid for many countries, including South Africa, right? And there are certain things that are still also going on with the possibility of AGOA being cancelled and all of those things, right? So let's take it to the US aid. The US aid, our government is saying that the US aid was accounted for 17% of the health or the HIV or the fight of HIV and all of those things, right? And in most cases, the US aid was funding the non-profit organizations in South Africa to help the fight of HIV and AIDS and all of those things, right? But my theory, I'm thinking that the real reason that the whole thing was not a success today, it is because our own government, let me say the whole GNU, is so incompetent. And on top of that, the US cutting ties or possibly cutting ties with South Africa makes the whole GNU as well as our president to scramble around, because now they don't know which department should get what money, because obviously they were sitting there last year thinking, okay, we are going to get this amount of money from the US, and that's what we're going to use there and then patch there and there. Probably because obviously in most cases these non-profit organizations, some of them are actually owned or are actually under the underground world, which is our politicians who are involved as well, registering these things, alias names and stuff. And obviously now the pockets are dry, and the budget speech needs to be skewed or turned in a different way in order for them to still gain something out of it. And also the possibility of AGOA leaving South Africa, and so that means we have to pay a lot of money for our things to be in the US market, which is the biggest global market. And so everything is just messy, and obviously I would think that within the GNU there are a lot of disagreements. And also this GNU, as much as it has all these parties, there are parties like the party like DA as well as ANC. These parties are clashing a lot, I think. I would think that they are clashing a lot because they are both trying to push their power, because they think that they are powerful in their respective ways. The ANC think that, you know what, I got over 40% of the votes, and the DA, you got less than that. So I'm still the ANC that you actually the ANC back then, and it's not the case. The ANC is not the ANC back then because it did not get the majority of the votes. So now Trump says, you know what, bye. And then the South African government is like, what are we going to do now? Where are we getting this money? What are we going to do? It's not about the 17% increase or the 2% increase of the VAT. I think it is more. There's more to it. There's more to it. I think the GNU partners are not happy. Obviously, a lot of other partners that are not within the GNU, they don't want the increase of the VAT. I mean, the VAT, if the VAT would be increased, it will leave devastation in South Africa. Because obviously, South Africa is still having problems with poverty. Imagine a 17% increase VAT would do in South Africa. We understand that other countries that are well established, they've got a very high VAT, but it's not going to work here in South Africa. That is the reason why you cannot pass bills such as the NHI, the Bella Bill, without having a proper structure. The ANC doesn't have a proper structure to pass all these laws. It doesn't have it. They don't have the budget to pass all these laws. And the people that will be suffering is us, not them. The ones that are up there within the government, they're not going to suffer. That 17% they're going to pay like it's no one's business. Because why? They've got very rich pockets. Anything that is coming into South Africa, they get. Even I'm not a fan of Elon Musk. Even the Starlink was the 30% that they want was not going to get to be received by Jackie Chan on the corner of Langa or something. It was going to be given or be prioritized to some of their friends, not the real business people that are in South Africa, black people that are in South Africa. It was just going to go straight to the CDEs, the comrades. So now they decide to cancel the budget speech for the first time. What else is going to happen? What else is going to happen? One day, if you are getting grant, one day you wake up and they say grant has been cancelled for the next 6 months rather. That's our government. This is the things that we should be fighting for. These are the things that we should be fighting for. These things. If you are a South African, patriotic South African, and you are not going anywhere, these are the things that we should be fighting for. At least I'm sitting here being vocal about things than you sitting out there and doing nothing and not saying anything. You are not available when we go for protesting. You are not available for anything. These are the things that we should be talking about. You might be having that money to go and buy food today, but tomorrow when they increase that VAT, there's a lot of things. I know some of the food you don't get, they are not vetted, but some of the things that you want to buy, it's going to be chai for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. Please do me a favor, subscribe. Make sure you hit your notification bell in order for you to know when I'm posting, because that is important as well, you know. And I would like to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What do you think the real reason why the budget speech was cancelled? And also, please do like this video. It helps a lot. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Peace.